sure what happened there. But this morning, that got your attention. We're going to talk about simple property tweaks, make big returns. Stay tuned. Really insightful morning minutes.
Good morning, Billy. What do we know? What do we know? Oh, good. Yeah, great. I'm super happy actually because it was meant to rain. There was rain forecast today here in Sydney and I've got all these photo shoots. So I woke up this morning and I was like, yes, winning. How good.
It makes a difference. Talk about simple tweaks. Try doing photos in the rain versus just normal sun. It does make a big difference.
It makes a massive difference, massive difference. So what do we know, Billy? We get asked this a lot, like what are the things that I need to do to my property to get it ready for market? And I always, I know that doing some really easy, simple things are going to give you an enormous amount of value on the other side. Like how often do we get asked this by a vendor?
Well, every time we basically go into a living room, it's like, is there anything we should be doing? Anything we can do to improve the property before it comes on the market? And it's always a delicate balance because you don't want to overspend, overcapitalize, because at that point in the journey and process to selling, it's if you're going to spend $1, you're not going to really want to make $1. You're going to want to make 2, 3, 4 as a multiplier.
That's it.
Just makes no sense otherwise.
Absolutely. And, you know, often, guys, it is the simplest, easiest things that are going to get you the most amount of a return. So, you know, I would never, ever recommend ripping out kitchens and bathrooms. I just wouldn't recommend it. The cost of building these days is so exorbitant, and getting your hands on great trades that are going to actually stick the job out, you know, and finish it in a very, very short time frame is really tricky as well. So the obvious things always, it's like my holy grail when I bring a property to market, if we have the capabilities, if it's vacant or if it's owner occupied, if it's tenanted, we're going to give you a little tip actually. But paint, carpet, making sure all the lights are working. That is like the easiest, not negotiable. It smells great, it looks great, and stick to really, really easy crowd pleasing color palettes. I always say go with like a pale grey carpet or a charcoal carpet if the property provides a lot of natural light, and white walls. Don't do anything fancy.
Otherwise, you just sometimes miss the mark. It's really hard to not please people with white walls. They can add art to it, they can do whatever they want, but yeah.
Absolutely. If it's a house, the street appeal, the curbside appeal is really important. And often we can just, you know, do, again, very quick and cost-effective things to make a property really pop and present well. I just did one a couple of weeks ago, actually, with a house that I brought to market. We did a quick little bit of landscaping. We redid some grass at the front, and we put some of the, words have slipped me today, you know, all the little wood pellet things. Mulch is the word I'm looking for. We put that down and we did a quick little paint. We didn't paint the whole of the front of the property because that can be quite costly. And we made sure the lights were working and the windows were clean, because what are people going to do? They're going to drive past. So make sure that curbside appeal is looking 10 out of 10. That's really important.
Yeah. And for the strata apartments, like if you can stay away from kitchens and bathrooms where you're not moving plumbing or electricity, you know, you don't have to go through all the approval process for renovations. There's a big difference between minor and major renovations. So if you're unsure about that, just jump online and Google it, and it will pop up on sort of the fair trading websites. But you can save yourself a lot of time and hassle with not needing to go through the paperwork, you know. So if you're going to do paint and carpet, you can crack on from day one.
Yeah, and honestly, guys, you would think how effective can paint and carpet actually be? It is so effective. It makes the biggest difference when you've put brand new carpet, paint, and lights. Make sure all those lights are working. If you've got dark areas as well, there's lots you can do these days. You can literally go to Bunnings and you can get some LED lights that can go under kitchen benches. Some of them are battery operated. You
Mhm.
can do that in bathrooms. You can get those nice vanity mirrors that have got nice LED lights. This stuff is really, really cost effective and it looks awesome. The other thing with bathrooms, a quick and easy thing to do just to give your bathroom a bit of a birthday, is regrouting is so cheap. We've got a guy that does it. It's really cheap and it's really, really quick to do. So regrouting, upgrading your tapware and your handles, again, super easy, super cost effective. Changing things like a shower head, your taps on your vanity, really easy, really cost effective. I just changed a vanity actually in my investment property.
Yep.
Just last week, I upgraded it. It was so easy to do. The plumber went through, he put a really nice, just plain white vanity in, and it makes the world of difference. And then resin spraying is something else that you guys can do these days. You don't have to go ripping tiles out of a bathroom. There are companies that actually come through and they literally spray resin over the top and it changes the color of the tiles if you're stuck with like a 1960s looking bathroom.
Because a lot of the time the tiles are in pretty good condition, so you don't want to, go to the effort, or you just don't have the time. So that's a solution. Lise, what was your tip if the property is tenanted?
Okay, so here is an awesome tip. Literally had this conversation yesterday. I reckon I have it every single day of my life with prospective vendors if a property is tenanted. So we're our hands are a bit tied because you can't go ripping out carpet, you can't go painting the property. So there's only certain things that we can do if a property is tenanted. But what I love to recommend to my clients is, hey, let's give the tenants a little bit of a rental, we call it a rental rebate. So we actually rebate money that we are offering per week off the rent.
Hmm.
So we give, let's call it $75 a week. We give as a rental rebate to the tenant, and that's rebated at the end of the selling process. And then in return, we just say to the tenant, hey guys, look, the sooner we're in, the sooner we can be out if we all just work together and you present the property really nice and neat and tidy. And in return, the landlord's going to give you a little bit of money off your rent each week. We just need it neat and tidy on those Wednesdays and Saturdays. And that works so well, Billy.
Yeah. Well, it makes such a massive difference, having it just neatly presented in the first place, and it's hard for an owner that doesn't have any control over it. You'd obviously want to be presenting your own home in the best light possible, so you'd want to do the same for your investment property, and it goes
And
a long way
everyone's a
for
winner.
goes a long way.
100%. But everyone's a winner because the landlord's happy because their property's being presented neat and tidy. The tenant was happy because they got some money off their rent each week. And usually, more often than not, we see much shorter days on market when we have got a property that is presenting really, really neat and tidily. The other thing I want to mention about paint, just while we're on the paint and carpet, is smells is a big thing. When people are coming through a property, if it
Mm.
also smells nice. So just little things, making sure, paint and carpet can honestly transform a property that, maybe wasn't smelling great. Putting
Mm.
plug-ins into the property as well, or getting a candle on, that sort of stuff makes a massive difference. Billy, I just want to talk very quickly as well about styled versus not styled.
Yeah, yeah, because
Let me
we,
ask
we
let me ask you a question first. The cost approximately, we're not going to hold you to this, the cost approximately to style a two-bedroom apartment.
4 to 5 thousand, depending on sort
Or
of size, what you're doing. Yeah,
okay. And a house, again, just approximate.
yeah, at least double it. We see some
Okay.
exorbitant bills, to be honest. I've seen clients hit with 15 grand styling bills. And I'm
Now,
not saying it's over the top, but it's a lot of furniture and it's a lot of money.
definitely. I do want to say this because work with an amazing stylist. I do want to say this. There are definitely times when a property needs to be styled. There, however, has been many a time when I have said to a vendor, guys, we're not going to style this property. We are going to be wasting our money.
Mm.
Let me give you an example of that. I sold a property that was a good golden oldie, and it was almost a knockdown property. And to put beautiful Cocoa Republic styled furniture into a property like that, in my opinion, is just a waste of money. We're better off to let the buyers see it in its raw state than to have people come into this 1950s home that probably someone's going to knock down respectfully. And it's got all this beautiful plush furniture everywhere. So, in my opinion, that was an absolute waste of money, and the buyer's opinion. So, we ended up selling that property very, very quickly. We can these days do the digital style. Billy, do you want to just have a quick chat about that before we wrap up?
Yeah, that's like a Photoshop virtual furniture. So we take the room, whether it be vacant or with furniture, we can replace the furniture there just digitally. Very clever. Or you can even do a soft style. Well, I think they just come in and sort of, zhuzh it up.
You can, which is tricky, right? If it's owner occupied or it's vacant, that's a walk in the park. If it's tenanted, again, our hands are tied. Most styling companies don't want to put their styled furniture into a property that is tenanted. But yeah, that digital, when we call it virtual furniture, that is really cheap. It's really effective. These days, it's much better than it used to be. And you're talking about maybe $100 per room to get something virtually styled. The big question I get asked is, won't the buyers know when they walk through the property? In all the properties I've ever sold, and we've done the virtual styling, do you know I've never ever had a single buyer walk in and go, hang on a sec, where's the lounge that was in the photo? It just doesn't happen. The buyers
Yeah.
don't know. They just know that they've arrived, but they don't remember all the little intricate details. So there you go. Hopefully that's helped some of you guys out there. What do you reckon, Billy?
I think, yeah, look, ultimately you got to focus on your preparation time frame. Don't try and sort of, do 2 months worth of work in 2 weeks, because it just won't happen. It'll always blow out. And equally, just to stick to the simple stuff. Don't overcomplicate it, and don't miss the market ultimately.
And 100%. And by the way, I just want to add, guys, we actually do offer all of these services. We will organise all of this for you if you are selling your property. We'll do everything from organise the carpet layer, organise the electrician, organise the landscaper, organise the professional cleaner, organise the painter. We will do it all. We will provide access if you need us to. And all we do is just send you the invoice. We do not put a single cent on top of it. So we will literally project manage everything for you as part of our service. Lots of people don't realise that. That is absolutely critical. I've had vendors that have handed me keys and said, there you go do what you think the property needs, and just let me know when it's sold. There you go.
Yeah.
That's a wrap, Billy. That's a show.
There you go. Normally it's 10% of the bill added on for that concierge service, but yeah, it's good. We do it all for free.
Yep, we certainly do. Guys, have an awesome day. Lovely to see the sun out. Thanks, Billy. Another great show. Thank you so much.
All good. See you later.